Well, this month marks 40 years since the start of the Steger International Polar Expedition. By May of 1986, the team, which included a few Minnesotans, would become the first unsupported expedition to reach the North Pole. And from that historic expedition came businesses still operating today. In this week's Behind the Business, Heidi Wigdahl takes us up north to Ely.
2026 marks 40 years since the 1986 Steger International North Pole Expedition. And all these decades later, its impact lives on, especially in Ely, Minnesota.
Every business has to start somewhere. For Wintergreen Northern Wear, it began on an international stage.
My husband, Paul Shirky, was asked by Will Steger to join him on the International North Pole Expedition. Those two asked me if I could make the clothing for them.
Besides 8th grade home ec,
I said, okay.
Susan Hendrickson Shirky did not know how to sew.
I sewed until 8 o'clock that morning when they all got on that plane.
But over the course of 3 years, she designed and sewed everything from the clothing to the dog harnesses.
I didn't have patterns. I didn't know what I was doing. I was always getting their feedback on what was good, what wasn't.
It's also when Sue made her first anorak.
This is it.
Worn by her husband, Paul.
I got to go to the Arctic with Will and Paul several times, and I noticed the anorak that all the Inuit people in the north were wearing, and I was just fascinated with that. My background is Scandinavian, so I thought, well, let's just put some trim on it, you know.
Decades later,
this is a vest.
The clothing is still made in-house.
It's really fun to see our stuff out in the world.
But there's no set pattern.
People get really passionate about their garment.
Sue sold Wintergreen in 2009. The new owners went out of business in 2013.
I had to start up from scratch. I was so emotional, so I bought pieces back.
In 2015, Wintergreen was back.
It's kind of like a family.
Having weathered the storm, in 2021, 2 families bought the business.
Getting people outdoors, continuing to thrive in a world where there's getting to be more and more lower quality alternatives and really maintain that handmade integrity.
Jackson Heron, his brother, and their wives have stayed true to the brand.
They've already withstood the test of time, and they will continue to.
A brand that's taken its international start and stayed local.
It's nice that it has continued, because it is pretty special to have something made from people you know.
In Ely, Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.
Love that. We have more on that 1986 expedition in a KARE 11 documentary on the legacy of polar explorer Will Steger. It is streaming on KARE 11 Plus tonight at 7:30 and again at 9:30.